pressure po is defined as the force per unit area. That's why yung ginagamit pong equation for pressure is P is equal to force over area. Okay, that is the general formula for pressure. Okay po? Ayan. So, they're also commonly used. Ito naman in practice, especially in Europe, bar, standard atmosphere or ATM, and then we have here kilogram force per square meter. For a while. Okay, so we have here the, I think napakorek ko naman sa inyo to, yung, ay, napakorek ko sa inyo to, yung mga values dito. Ayan, so that's good. Ano, so ito yung mga conversion of units, okay? Ayan. All right. And then we have here the other specific type of pressures. We have here the vacuum, absolute pressure. We also have here the atmospheric pressure, and then the gauge pressure and the vacuum pressure. So once we are able to, from this illustration, ano nga po ulit, we can create or we can form two equations that are very used um, in obtaining the absolute pressure. Okay, ano, so absolute pressure, okay, absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure. Review lang po tayo. Again, pwede siyang plus or minus gauge pressure. Okay? No. Yan. So, ibig sabihin po, pag yung ating gauge pressure is negative, we call it vacuum pressure. Po, nare-recall pa po yon? Okay, so good, that's good. Okay? So, and alright. So, we have here sample. Itong sample po, ating nasagutan naman. Na-re-evaluate. Alright. So, dito naman, okay, so we can proceed na pala here. Okay, dito sa part na to. This is the variation of pre- pressure variation. Pressure variation due to height. Okay? This one naman po, ayan, kindly write it down na lang here na nawala na pala yan. Always remember po, when we are dealing with pressure, sabi kasi po, the lower the elevation, or sa paglalim daw po, no, the deeper the elevation, or the lower the elevation, the pressure the higher. No, yung natatandaan nyo sa concept ng pressure. Okay? When we're dealing with height. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung height po or yung elevation has an effect or effects sa pressure po natin. Ano? The best example for that is when you are swimming. Okay? So, feel dun sa mga nakapag-swimming ng a little deeper. Okay? Yung sumisisid sa mga dagat. Okay? Or swimming pool. Simple as swimming pool. Ano? Mafe-feel nyo po yung pressure as you go deeper the swimming pool. Okay? Yung mga, actually, kahit nga 6 feet lang yan, naramdam mo na yung pressure below. Okay? So, that's the best example for that. Okay? So, ayan. So, honestly, I wanna share it with you lang, guys. Okay? Yung other things dito na kailangan yung malaman. But, please take note po na since ang manometer po kasi is another pressure measuring device. Okay? Used to obtain, of course. This one nga lang po specifically for gauge pressure. Alright? Ano, usually, ang yun yung kanyang nako-compute. Okay? Or the pressure difference lang po. Ano, so, ito lang, I just wanna share it with you na yung sa manometer po na part, this one, yan po, yan. Okay? Diniscuss ko yan dun sa ibang IE, pero still, sinabi ko sa kanila po, this will not be part of your midterm exam. Okay? Unlike po dun sa iba, okay po, sa other courses po or other programs na aking pong tinuturuan, okay? Ito po, ay hindi naman po, wala naman po itong sa sunod na subject. Tama po ba yun? Hindi nyo naman to gagamitin sa other subject nyo. Okay. So, unlike kasi po dun sa iba kong turo, kahit wala silang kasunod ng thermodynamics 2, okay, meron naman po silang paggagamitan ng manometer. So, hindi ko na po ito sinama. Alright? So, sir, alin po lang ang kasama dito sa part ng pressure? All the terms, I still recommend you or I still require you to read yung mga terms po na nandito. Okay lang po ba yon? Okay? So, kindly read po yung mga terms na nandito po sa part ng pressure. But again, when it comes to solving part, wala po ditong kasama sa manometer po. Okay po? Wala pong magiging manometer problem po sa inyo. Okay po? Alright, so ibig sabihin po, in that case po, will not be dealing with manometer anymore. Is that alright? Skip na po natin to. Okay? So we can save time. Alright? So, ayun, ito naman ay, yan, madali lang naman din to, but still, hindi naman na necessary. Or hindi naman, not totally not necessary. Pero, ayun po, we can skip this part. Okay? Alright. So, let's proceed na dito sa chapter 2. Can we do that now? Can we do that na po? Alright. So, let's proceed na sa chapter 2. Okay? Again, sa pressure, you still need to read po yung mga terms na nandoon. Try to understand it, yung pong paunang part especially ng pressure. Okay? Alright. So, chapter 2 po is about conservation of mass and energy. Okay? So, let me read the introduction. So, this chapter po will be focusing on the conservation of energy, mass and energy, rather. No, so this chapter expands the scope of energy analysis to be include thermodynamic systems with mass flowing over their boundaries or control volumes with a focus on steady flow systems. So this chapter po presents the derivation of the overall mass conservation equation for control volumes and explores the concept of flow work and energy in fluid streams. Also involves the utilizing the energy balance for systems that contain steady flow operations. Okay, so for intended learning outcomes, here are the objectives of chapter 2, which are first, define open, close, and isolated thermodynamic system. Second, discuss the concept of first law of thermodynamics. And third, define the different forms of energy related to thermodynamic calculations. Fourth, the formulate an equation to evaluate the mass and energy balances of thermodynamic system. And lastly, apply the mass and energy balance to solve simple and complex problems po. All right? No, so we have here let's proceed the first main topic, which is the thermodynamic system, which we have already talked about in your chapter 1. Tama po ba yun? Okay. So a thermodynamic system po, again, can be classified into three. Okay? So, which are the open system, closed system, isolated system. Naalala po yan, mga terms na yan? Okay, so that's good. All right. So, let us proceed na agad with the first one, open system. Ito po i-review na lang. All right? Open system, again, ibig sabihin po, both energy and matter or mass can cross the boundary po. Okay, ibig sabihin, ito open system to, ibig sabihin po, yung mass can go inside, pwede rin lumabas. Okay, the energy can get inside, pwede rin po lumabas. Okay, so that what it's like pag open system po. And then we also have closed system naman po. Okay, so kapag closed system naman po, please remember only energy can cross the boundary. Okay? Whereas yung mass, hindi po magkaka-cross ng boundary. So in that case po, pwedeng pumasok yung energy, pwedeng lumabas yung energy sa closed system po. Okay? So ibig sabihin, there's what we call the isolated system. Dito naman, both mass and energy cannot. Okay? Cannot or can't cross the boundary. Ibig sabihin, there is no energy transfer, there is also no mass transfer. Alright, nakakaintindihan tayo doon. Nare-recall pa po yun? Yung mga terms na yun? Okay. So dito po sa thermodynamics, mostly naman po ang ating i-evaluate, okay, is more on open system. Okay? So more on open systems naman po yung ating i-evaluate dito. Therefore, mass and energy conservation equation in a controlled volume. Okay? So mostly, again, since we are dealing with open system, again, both mass and energy can cross the boundary. So some of the examples of the open system is the compressors, the turbines, okay, the heat exchangers. Bakit? Because they have inlets and outlets. Ibig sabihin, may pinapasukan at saka po may nilalabasan na ah, ah, ng mass at saka energy doon po sa mga thermal devices na yon. Okay? So, ayun po. So, there is what we call a steady flow system. Okay? Steady flow system. If neither the mass nor the energy within the control volume change with respect to time, we call this flow as steady flow. O, natatandaan pa na ang control volume is the open system, is also known as, open system is also known as control volume. Natatandaan pa po yan. Okay. So that's good ano. Natatandaan pa natin 'yan. Okay. So in a steady flow po, okay, ibig sabihin yun daw po mga thermodynamics properties, okay, within the open system do not change with respect to time. Okay? But again, hindi naman po sila kailangan maging constant all the time sa open system. Okay? Sabi po dito, it may vary from point to point. Pero there are properties that must remain constant during the entire process. Okay? But for now, we'll be dealing mostly with control volumes po dito or open system po again. Okay? So let us proceed na agad sa mass conservation equation. So please take note that we'll be having mass conservation equation or mass balance equation. We're going to have energy equation or energy balance equation, and we also have heat balance equation. So we'll be having 3. Pero later on, don't you worry, madali lang naman. Ano bang gagawin pag merong ganun? Anong pinaka after kasi learning those 3, magsasama-samahin natin. Okay? So we have here the first one is the mass conservation equation. Okay? So dito nakalagay dito, the conservation of mass principle is one of the most fundamental principles in nature. Okay? So control volumes or open systems, again, involves fluid flow. Okay? For long periods of time, it could be either a gas or it could be in, or it can be in form of liquid. Okay? And it is more convenient po to express this energy flow associated with fluid stream in the rate form. Ibig sabihin po, per unit of time siya. Okay? This is done by incorporating what we call the mass flow rate at saka the volume flow rate. Volume flow rate or volumetric flow rate, they are just the same. Right? So, okay, introducing to you the mass flow rate equation. So, ibig sabihin po, meron tayong bagong idadagdag sa mga ating equations. Okay? Mass flow rate is m dot. Yan po ang symbol niya. And then for volumetric flow rate, okay, yan. We have here v dot. Okay? So, tatandaan po, yan yung symbol ng dalawa. Okay? So by definition, mass flow rate po is the amount of mass flowing through a cross-section per unit of time. Okay? And then si volumetric flow rate, which is the volume of fluid flowing through a cross-section per unit of time. Ibig sabihin lang po ito na may naka-mass over time, volume over time. Okay? So that will be the unit of these two. Okay? But for now, so let me introduce you to the equations for these two parameters or properties. Okay, so for mass flow rate, we have here dm over dt. Ibig sabihin, change in mass over with respect to time. All right, it can be also obtained using the equation density times the volumetric flow rate. So if you are given volumetric flow rate, i-divide mo lang siya dun sa density ng substance or ng water, if ever water are given, and then you'll be getting the mass flow rate po. Or it can be obtained using density times area times velocity po. Alright? So that is the equations or the formulas to be used for mass flow rate po. Okay? And then we also have here the volumetric flow rate, which is can be obtained using dV over dt. O ibig sabihin ay change in volume with respect to time. Okay? And then we also have here mass flow rate. So if you are given the mass flow rate, you can divide it by density. Okay? And then course, you'll be getting area times velocity. So these are the following equations that you can use to obtain the following, these two parameters po. Okay? Yan. So, alright. So, ibig sabihin, familiar naman tayo with velocity, which is meter per second. So, the unit for mass flow rate po, usually yung ginagamit dyan po, again, that would give us just, para matandaan nyo, that would be per rate, per unit of time. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, mass over time. So, ang most commonly used is the kilogram per second. Okay? And then we also have here the pound mass, okay, since yan a mass over seconds po. So it could be a kilogram per minute, pwede rin po yung pound per minute, pwede din po yung maging per hour, okay? There are instances po na ganun, okay? But since merong time na nakita nyo, naka per seconds yung gustong answer, so i-convert nyo lang into seconds kung yan ay naka-minute, kung yan ay naka-hour. Okay? And then we also have here the volumetric flow rate. Okay? And syempre yan po ay volume over volume over time po. Okay? So the most commonly unit for volumetric flow rate is syempre again po yan is volume over time. So that is cubic meter per second. And then we also have here the cubic feet per second po. So it could be cubic meter per minute, pwede rin pong in hour. Same thing with mass flow rate. There are times po na given a gallon per second, okay, liter per minute. Yan. May instances pong ganyan po ang given. Alright, nagkakaintindihan po tayo? Okay, are you still there po? Alright. No. So, sabi ko nga dun sa inyong post, since we'll be dealing with, kita nyo naman, there are certain areas na merong area. Okay? Meron pong area na ginagamit. But dito naman po actually sa chapter 2, most commonly used is the area ng circle, which is pi over 4. Okay? Pi over 4d squared. Okay? Or pi r squared po. Kapag ang ginamit mo is radius. Again nga po, or diameter over 2 is equal to radius lang naman po. Okay? So, in case na kung ano dyan ang gusto mong gamitin, again, pwede naman po yung acceptable. But again, kaya ko po shinare sa ating pong Google Classroom yung plane and solid geometry equations for you to review. Okay? Hindi po natin yan iisa-isahin. Okay? So, nandun po, it's for you to review the following equations po. Okay? But again, dito naman mostly ang gagamitin natin ay ay circle. So for a while lang, alright? So po, yun po ang ating dalawang equations na need to know before we proceed with the mass balance equation. Okay? Hindi naman na ito patatagalin ni sir. The mass balance equation po is always like this. Okay? So lahat daw po ng masses na papasok, okay? Yan. Lahat daw po ng mass na papasok, okay, is equal din daw po sa mass na lalabas. Okay? Again, sa mass conservation po, or also known as the continuity equation po, states that mass cannot be created or destroyed po. Okay, same thing with energy conservation. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed po. So same thing with there. So ibig sabihin kapag sinabi po nating summation, so ibig sabihin pag-a-addin po natin lahat ng masses na papasok Okay? At saka yung mga lalabas. And then therefore, makakahanap na tayo ng mga equations na or yung parameter na pinapahanap. Okay? So again, for example, katulad niyan, again, the equation for mass flow rate is rho AV, okay? Let's say, meron tayong 1, tapos meron tayong 2. Okay, okay. 2 is equal to rho AV1. AV3. Okay, so for example, this one, may dalawang papasok na mass flow rate, therefore, ilalagay natin siya dito as mass entering, and then meron tayo ditong palabas na mass din po. Okay, so for example, you are given density ng fluid 1, density ng fluid 2, density ng fluid 3. Okay, and then meron ka din given ng area ng 1, 2, 3, tapos pinapahanap sa iyo velocity, okay, ng 1. Okay? So, meron tayong given na velocity 2, velocity 3, mahanap natin po yan. So, that's how you use it po, yung equation ng mass flow rate po. Okay? Yan. So, wag malilito, So, sir, paano po pag ang iisa naman po yung pinapasukan at saka yung nilalabasan? Ano po? So, ibig sabihin po, in that case, edi pag single stream po, edi you use simply, edi hindi nyo na kailangan mag-summation, Kasi isa lang naman. That's alright. Ano po? Nag-iisa lang naman, that is not a problem po. Okay? Wala pong problema doon. Okay? So, we have here, the conservation of mass in compressible flow at saka incompressible flow. Dito naman, okay, mostly we are dealing with the behavior of density. Okay? Yan. Type na lang natin. Behavior of density po. Okay? Ay, ano to? Edit. Wala. Ay, amazing. Behavior of density. Okay, yan. Yan. So when, density. Ay, ano ba yan? Ay, ma-edit. Density po yan. Okay, sayang oras. Okay, so density po yan. So, when we are dealing with this po, with conservation of mass in compressible flow at saka incompressible flow, we're dealing with the behavior of density lang naman po. But please take note, kapag po incompressible flow, okay, kapag compressible flow po yan, compressible flow, okay, yan. We are mostly dealing po with gas, okay? We're dealing with gas po. Okay, tandaan yan. Kapag po we're dealing with gas, density is not constant po. Okay? Hindi po siya constant. Okay? Yan, constant. Yan. So in that case po, ang gagamitin po natin kapag we're dealing with compressible flow or gases, po mostly ang gagamitin natin is the equation for mass flow rate. Okay? Which is the is equal to rho A V po. Yan. Okay? So kung madami po yan, more than one inlet at more than yung papasok, more than one yung papasok at saka yung lalabas, edi summation lang po yung gagawin natin. Okay? So, if we are dealing naman po with incompressible flow, okay? We're dealing with incompressible flow. Okay? So, mostly, we are dealing here po with liquids po. Okay? Liquids. Yan. So, therefore, dito naman po, yung density natin is constant. Okay? So, minsan kasi, isa lang naman yung liquid all throughout. Ano po? So, ibig sabihin, pwede na nating sabihin na constant yung density. Therefore, giving us the equation or having as use po, since constant yung pressure, ano po, lalabas lang dyan ang gagamitin natin is the volumetric flow rate, which is area times velocity po. No? Since constant naman po yung density. Naintindihan po. Yun lang naman yung difference ng dalawa. Okay po? Alright po. So again, kapag compressible flow, we're dealing with gas. So ibig sabihin, basically hindi naman yan kailangan sabihin na okay, compressible ba to or incompressible to. Minsan naman sinasabi ko ano yung working substance natin doon or yung working fluid natin. It's either gas or liquid po. Okay po? No, so ibig sabihin, if in a blah 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 dynamic system, the gas blah blah, ibig sabihin, compressible flow yon. Okay? Kapag sinabi naman, a water in a blah 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 is blah blah blah, ibig sabihin, you're dealing with incompressible flow na. Ano, it doesn't have to be mentioned po. Ano, so in that case, kapag ganun, alam mo na, okay, we're dealing with gas. So ibig sabihin, yung density dito hindi constant. So ibig sabihin, obviously, gagamitin mo is the mass flow rate. Okay? And then kapag nakita mo na okay, water yung pinag-uusapan or liquid or any form of liquid, okay, pwede natin gamitin dito as the volumetric flow rate, which is the area times velocity. Okay po? No. So, yan. So, let's try to answer this problem number 1 po. Okay? Alright. So, Kelly, can you read this? Can you read po itong sample problem? Itong problem number 1?
A garden hose attached to a nozzle is used to fill a 10-gallon bucket. The inner diameter of the hose is 2 centimeter and it reduces to 0.8 centimeter at the nozzle exit. If it takes 50 seconds to fill the bucket with water, determine A, the volume and mass flow rates of water through the hose, and B, the average velocity of water at the nozzle exit.
Alright. Thank you so much, Kelly. Again, first thing first, kapag nagpa-problem solving po tayo, okay, especially in our exam problem set, you write down the given po. Okay, so the given here are, meron po tayo ditong given na 10 gallon, that is volume. Okay po. And then we also have here diameter, inner diameter. Okay, inner diameter na 2 cm. And then we also have here, sabi dito, diameter at nozzle exit. So, pwede natin gawin na diameter at nozzle exit. So, exit na lang ilagay natin. Yan. Na 0.8. Okay. And please bear with my handwriting again. So, and we also have here time. Okay. Time po na 50 seconds po. Yan. And then, ang pinapahanap po sa atin dyan, please, sabi dyan, ay find yung pong volumetric flow rate for letter A, volumetric flow rate at saka po mass flow rate. And then for letter B, hanapin daw po natin yung average velocity. Sa exit po, at exit. Okay? So magkaiba po yung magiging average velocity kapag po sa inlet, okay, or yung sa entrance versus po dun sa exit. So please take note of that po, okay? Since we are given here inner diameter at saka yung diameter at the nozzle exit po. So please take note of that. Okay? So please makinig para naiintindihan niyo yung sulat ng sir, okay? So for solution naman po, okay? For solution, so letter A tayo, volumetric flow rate for volumetric flow rate or volumetric flow rate. We have here, again for volumetric flow rate, there we have 3 equations there na pwede natin gamitin. So observe nyo kung ano yung mga given sa atin. We have here volume, meron din tayo ditong time. Okay? So pwede nating sabihin na gamitin yung dV over dt. Tama po ba? Nare-recall? dV over dt. Okay? Or whereas, pwede natin sabihin 10 gallons per 50 seconds. Yan. Again, dito po, meron ka na makukuha sagot, 0.2 gallon per second. That is already a volumetric flow rate. Okay? So, i-convert lang po natin yan into liter per second. Kasi, tandaan nyo ba, yung mga density natin, we have there the 1,000 kg per cubic meter. May mga constant na tayong values. 1 kilogram per liter. Tanda po yun mga yun. At saka 6, tanda po yun mga values na yun. So, in that case po, para madali natin siyang makuha yung sagot, kinonvert na po natin yung gallon into liters. Okay po? Whereas 1 gallon po, 1 gallon is equal to 3.7854 liter po. Okay? Yan. In that case po, Maka-cancel natin si gallon and then we'll have the answer po. If I'm not mistaken, ito po ang exact value nito is 75708 liter per second po. No? So kapag para po pag ginamitan, so therefore po meron na tayong volumetric flow rate. Okay? So again, para maging less error po, wag niyo namang si density pa yung i-convert doon sa gallon po. Ano. Though pwede naman po yun, pero since yun naman po yung mga constant na yung values, edi wag na po natin doon i-convert para po maging less po ang mistake po. Ano, kasi baka mamaya ay sa pagko-convert mo ng density, nagkamali ka pa lalo. Okay? Alright, so therefore, pwede natin kunin si mass flow rate rather. So we are given here volumetric flow rate, tapos meron na din po tayong ano ito? Given na, ano nga pwede natin gamitin dito? Ito naman ay water, so pwede natin gamitin ay density times volumetric flow rate. Tama po ba yun? Okay, so since we na-obtain na natin yung volumetric flow rate, pwede natin i-multiply na lang siya with density po. Ano? So density nga again, pwedeng 1 kilogram. Okay? 1 kilogram per liter po. Okay? Yan. And then, i-multiply natin sa volumetric flow rate na 75708 liter per second po. Okay? Canceling liter. Yan. It will give us a unit of same answer po, 0.75708. Pero syempre, yung unit niya would be kilogram per second, which is a unit of mass flow rate po. Okay? Naintindihan po yun? Okay. Ayan. So, for letter B naman po, ang sabi po dyan is the average velocity. Since we are dealing here, we are dealing here with water, ibig sabihin po, ano to? Compressible or incompressible?
Incompressible po.
Incompressible. In that case po, okay, for ano nga to? For average velocity. Okay? So in that case po, since we are dealing with incompressible flow, okay? So ano nga to? Ayan, ang gagamitin nating equation is the equation of volumetric flow rate, which is yung volumetric flow rate is equal to area times the velocity po. Since we are dealing with incompressible flow po, edi gamitin natin yung volumetric flow rate. Kasi again, pwede mo naman siyang gamitin din yung mass flow rate kasi mass flow rate is equal to rho AV. But since we know that this is just water po, na-neglect lang po yung constant lang din naman po ang density ng water. Therefore, pwede na natin sabihin using the volumetric flow rate po. Okay, so that will give us the velocity is equal to volumetric flow rate over area. Okay po. Since this is a nozzle, okay, so the equation that we're going to use or yung cross-sectional area niya would be the equations of area po. Okay? Since pwede na natin, we all know that may given na tayong volumetric flow rate, 75708 liter per second. Okay? And then, since yan po ay alam natin ang unit ng velocity is mass meter per second. So, ibig sabihin, ilalapit natin siya sa meter since ang mga given naman po ay in SI unit po. Therefore, dapat alam natin yung mga conversion of units na 1,000 liter is equal to 1 cubic meter. Therefore, pwede na natin yang malapit na po yan sa meter po. And then, ang baba po natin is area. Area po ng circle. Again, since we are given dyan 2 diameters, okay, alin po yung gagamitin natin? Ang pinapahanap sa atin is the average velocity at nozzle exit. So, alin po yung gagamitin natin yung diameter? Yung 2 or yung 0.8? Okay, anyone? 0.8 po. Exactly. So, since ito ay naka-centimeter and we're trying to have it in meter per second, so gawin na natin meter yung 0.8 po natin. So, by just simply dividing it by 100, okay, meron na tayong meter dito. Okay? And that, naka-squared po. Ano? So, ibig sabihin, makakancel po ito, may matitirang meter dito, yung liter, makakancel din po. That will give us the value of 15.0616 meter per second. Tama po ba yun? Alright. So, yan po is one problem na pwede po nating ma-solve using the volumetric flow rate at saka mass flow rate po. Okay? Do you have question with the problem po? Alright. So as part of your review, I want you to also answer or re-evaluate this problem number 2 at saka problem number 3 po. Okay? So if ever naman may question kayo dyan, you can always ask naman po sa ating Google Space po. Okay? Nakaintindihan po tayo doon? Okay. Ayan. Do you have questions so far before we proceed to our next topic po? Next topic, wala naman. Okay. So let us proceed with conservation of energy or energy conservation. Okay. So we are done with mass conservation. Let us now proceed with conservation of energy. So again, this more on talking about first law of thermodynamics, which is also known as the conservation of energy principle. Okay. Whereas it states that energy cannot be created nor destroyed po, but can be converted from one form to another. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, in thermodynamics analysis po, there are two groups of forms of energy. There is what we call the macroscopic at saka microscopic po. Okay? So, kapag po macroscopic forms of energy po, those are system possesses with respect to some outside reference frame. And its specific example are kinetic and potential energy po. Okay? In microscopic naman po, forms of energy, those are related to the molecular structure of a system and a degree of a molecular activity. And there is what we call the sum of all microscopic forms of energy, which is also known as the internal energy. Okay? Yan. So let us proceed na agad dito sa forms of energy. Okay? So we have here different forms of energy. Again, energy by definition is the ability of substance or medium to release power when it is stored. Energy is used up. Right? So first form of energy that we have here is the kinetic energy po. Okay? So I think ito na may na-meet nyo na many times even during your high school days. Okay? So kinetic energy by definition is the energy that a system possesses as a result of its motion relative to some reference point. Okay? Therefore, okay, the most popular equation of kinetic energy is the 1/2 mv squared. Yan. Yan. And then, there is also what we call, bukod po doon, meron tayong tinatawag na kinetic energy or ibig sabihin, naka-unit mass basis. Okay? Which is KE. Yan. KE. Okay? Ibig sabihin naman po, small letter KE. Okay? That will, ang gagamitin po natin dyan, ibig sabihin yan is 1/2 V squared lang. Okay? In that case po, yan, 1/2 V squared po. Ibig sabihin, yan po ay naka-per unit mass basis. Ibig sabihin, yan po ay energy over mass. If you can still recall, yung mga specific energy natin. And then there is also what we call kinetic energy. Okay? Kinetic energy per unit of time or yung parang mga mass flow rate natin at saka volumetric flow rate. Ibig sabihin po, yung gagamitin natin ditong mass flow rate ay yung mass would be mass flow rate times gravity, naging mgh na. Okay, 1/2 mv squared. Pero yung mass natin dito is mass flow rate. Okay po, that is kinetic energy per unit of time po. Okay, yan. Okay, so again, so recalling the units of the following. So the common units for energy is joule, okay, kilojoule, it could be pound force, okay, feet, yan, okay. So in that case po, kapag po siya ay naka per unit of mass or what we call specific energy, again nga sabi ko sa inyo, that would be joule over mass, so energy over mass, so magiging per kilogram po yan. Pwede rin po yan maging kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, and then we also have here pound force. Okay, feet, pound, mass. Okay? And then, there is also what we call the joule. Pag po naman, ito ay naka per unit of time. Hello? Alright. So, pwede nating sabihin nyo na KE is equal to 1 half MV squared. So, ibig sabihin po yun naka per time. So, ibig sabihin joule per second, which will give us, ito another unit unit conversion. Yan, unit conversion, which is equal to watts po. Ano po? Yan. So, ibig sabihin, kapag yan po ay naging per unit of time na po, yung energy natin, that will give us another unit po, which is also known as watts. Siyempre, pag naging kilojoule yan per second, that will give us kilowatts po. And then, it can be converted into HP, yan, and pound force per feet per second. Okay? Yan. For a while lang po ha. I-digest mo na yung mga equations na yan at saka yung mga bagong units po yan. Alright? Alright. So aside from kinetic energy, we have here the potential energy. Okay? Dito sa potential energy naman, syempre, I won't be erasing the units naman kasi same lang naman na magiging units dyan. Okay? So, again, potential energy by definition is, ito naman, energy that a system possesses due to its elevation. Okay? So, there is an elevation na present po. Therefore, ang most commonly used equation is the potential energy is equal to mgh po. Okay? Yan. And then we also have here specific potential energy, which will give us gh po. Okay, yan. And then we also have here specific potential energy per unit of time. Okay? Okay? Will give us, syempre, yung mass po niyan magiging mass flow rate times gravity times height po. Okay, So, ayan po yung units din po. Okay, actually, dito naman sa lahat ng forms of energy, ito po lahat yung magiging unit po yan. Okay? So tatandaan nyo lang, there are instances po na yung pong ating potential energy, dito mismo sila madalas commonly lumalabas po sa potential energy at kinetic energy po. In order for you to obtain the specific energy po, okay, sometimes you have to use a um, unity conversion ratios. Can you still recall ang ating pong mga unity conversion ratios? Okay po. So there are instances po na kailangan natin gamitan ng unity conversion ratios po. Alright? Naintindihan po yon? Okay po. So pero mostly don't you worry dahil lahat po ng forms of energy merong specific energy. Okay? Yung pong unity conversion ratios, based on our problem solving na na-encounter, usually ginagamit lang yung si unity conversion ratio kay potential energy at kay kinetic energy. Okay? So doon sa other forms of energy na may specific energy, hindi na kailangan gamitan ng K as per our experience. So if ever man hindi nyo mapalabas yung unit ng isang specific energy, okay? So edi try to divide it or multiply it by unity conversion ratio. Okay po. But again, sa mga problems na encounter po namin, usually potential energy and kinetic energy yung ginagamitan ng unity conversion ratios. Okay pa, naintindihan po yon? Alright. So, cancel ko lang to, delete ko lang ulit to. Right? So, ito naman, potential energy of spring or elastic bodies. Yan na may PES is equal to 1/2 kx squared. Though, kailangan na introduce sa inyo, pero there are instances kasi po na mga amount of elastic deformation po yung pinoprocess ng system. Okay, so, yan, edi yun po. Pag given is Newton meter per pound foot, edi meron kang spring constant. Okay? And then yung X naman po ay in terms of meters or feet, though okay na po yan. So hindi naman mostly lumalabas yan, problem na yan. Pero there are instances po, baka may ma-meet kayo, edi yun po yung equation na. Okay? Potential energy of spring or elastic bodies po. Okay? So we can proceed na agad po with internal energy. Internal energy, again, is the sum of all the microscopic forms of energy system. Okay? Wait lang po. Yan. Okay? So, for internal energy po, okay, so we have here, ang mga equations po na gagamitin natin dyan, okay, the most commonly used kasi, since sum of all the microscopic energy, okay po, therefore, ang usually pong ginagamit talaga sa internal energy is Q times, Q plus or minus work. Okay, so bakit kaya may plus, minus work? So mamaya natin balikan yan, the direction of energy. Okay? So, bukod po dyan, ang ginagamit po for internal energy is equal to MC, correct nyo na lang yan, pero ngayon, mas maganda alam nyo na, is the MCV. Okay? MCV delta T. Okay? Yan. And then we also have here the specific internal energy. Okay? So, lumiliit yung symbol kapag specific energy that will give us CV delta T. And then we also have here meron din tayo ditong per unit of time, okay, which will give us yung mass flow rate times CV delta T. Okay, so same thing naman po yung mga units niyan. So please take note lang po, there is a presence of CV dito or yung specific heat capacity po. Okay, so in that case po, kailangan na nating hindi pa naman ngayon, pero kailangan na sa uluhin kapag tayo ay nag-chapter 3 na, ito pong mga unit constants na to. Constant ng properties ng air na CP, tsaka CV, okay, and then CP. Yan naman pong CP at CV na yan, hindi naman po nagbabago ang units yan. Usually, naka-kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin yan kapag SI, at saka po, BTU per pound Rankine po ang unit niyan kapag naka-English units po. So, wag po malilito dyan. Okay? And so, we have there the, Internal energy. So, since we are dealing here with delta T po, delta T or temperature difference, pwede na po nating sabihin na 1 Kelvin, okay, is equal to 1 degree Celsius. Okay? And then 1 Rankine po is equal to 1 degree Fahrenheit po. Natatandaan pa po yan? Okay po, when we are dealing with temperature difference. Okay po. Alright? Yan. So, after that, internal energy, okay? So, we also have here the flow work po. Okay? So, flow work, okay? Or WF, which is equal to change in pressure times volume po. Okay? Yan. Okay? So, by definition po, flow work is work due to the movement of volume brought about by the displacement of the boundaries po. Okay? So, again, workflow, pressure times volume po. Okay? And then, we have here enthalpy. Okay? Enthalpy naman po is the measure of total amount of heat present in thermodynamic system where the pressure is constant po. Okay? So, H is equal to, mostly used po for enthalpy is the internal energy plus workflow nga po or equal to PV po. Okay? And then enthalpy po can be, ayan, yun natin. Enthalpy can also be obtained using, dito po kung sa internal energy is CV, dito naman po ay CP. Okay? As you can see kanina. CP delta T po. Kapag naman po yan ay specific enthalpy, okay, that will give us CP delta T. Okay, and then we also have here the per unit of time, which will give us mass flow rate, CP, delta T. Okay po, nagkakaintindihan po tayo doon. And then, lastly po ay we have here the entropy. Entropy po is the measure of system's thermal energy per unit of temperature po. That's why yung equation na ginagamit dyan. And usually, yung most commonly definition yan is measure of molecular disorder or randomness of system. So, pag narinig nyo randomness of the system, disorder of the system, we call it entropy po. Okay? Whereas entropy po is equal to heat over temperature po. It could be in specific entropy po. So wala naman po siyang, wala naman po itong, this one po has no rate form. So ibig sabihin wala siyang per unit of time. Okay? Sa entropy po. So pero meron siyang specific entropy. So pwede yung maging kilogram Kelvin ang denominator. Okay po tayo doon? So those are the different forms of energy that we're going to encounter possibly encounter dito when we're dealing with energy conservation equation. Okay? So let's take a break lang at meron lang dumating dito. So, let's have a break mga siguro 5 minutes to 10 minutes na po. For a while lang po ha, pasensya na. So again, habang tayo ay nag-aaral nagdi-discuss dito o review magsaulo ng equations. Okay po? Magsaulo muna po. Okay, for a while lang. Energy conservation equation. Kung kanina meron tayong mass conservation equation, meron din tayo again energy conservation equation. Okay? So sabi dito, the exchange of energy between a control volume or open system and its surroundings po is achieved via three mechanism. Ibig sabihin po, there must be heat transfer, work, at saka mass transfer po. Okay, which we have learned na meron nga napasok na masses. Okay, so ibig sabihin, syempre, meron ding mga energy din pong napasok. Okay, so sabi po dyan, kung meron tayong mass balance equation na lahat po ng masses na pumapasok is equal sa lahat ng lumalabas na masses. Same thing po with energy. Okay? So lahat po ng pumapasok na energy is equal sa lahat ng lumalabas na energy po. Okay po? So let's take this an example. Okay? Ito. Sabi po, ang energy balance equation po is lahat daw po ng energy na pumapasok, energy entering, na lang natin, ay equal sa lahat ng energy na lumalabas. Okay? So let's take this illustration for an example. Okay? So, alin dito yung mga pumapasok? Okay, so gawa natin ng equation. Okay, since this is summation. Okay, so isusulat natin isa-isa. So ang mga pumapasok dito, we have these four forms of energy and this form of energy din po. Okay, so please take note po na bukod sa kinetic energy, potential energy, meron tayong energy in form of heat or yung Q at saka itong W na work. Okay, so there are forms of energy in form of heat and work po. Okay? So ito yung mga pumapasok. So let's write it down. Okay? So i-read na rin natin para alam natin yun yung mga pumasok. Kinetic energy plus we have their potential energy and then internal energy and then workflow. Okay? Our flow work and then yun nga po, yung heat. And then, yung mga lumalabas naman po dito, of course, these forms of energy na to, itong W at saka po itong losses or energy losses. Okay? So, writing it down, meron po tayo dito, again, kinetic energy, plus potential energy. Okay? Meron din tayo ditong internal energy. Okay? Meron din tayo flow work, meron din tayo ditong work, okay, work lang, and then yung energy losses. Okay? Yan. So, there po, we have created the energy balance, using the energy balance equation po. Okay? So, lahat na nalagay na natin yan, which is the same. Ito pong PV, again, that is equal to flow work. Okay po? So, yun yung PV. Okay? Pressure times volume po. Okay? Yan. So, it could be written din po in unit mass basis or ibig sabihin, okay, sila po ay per unit of mass or divide po ng mass. Ibig sabihin, in that case po, ang magiging, pag nagsulat po kayo para mas madali, upon writing this down, so KE is equal to 1/2 mv squared. So in unit mass, the specific kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 V squared. Okay po, ng 1. Plus we have here the potential energy, GH. And then we have here internal energy, maliit. And then in specific flow work. And then specific heat. Ayan po. And then we have here the, or heat added. Okay, heat added. Yan. And then we also have here yung sakto, kinetic energy ng pangalawa. So, which will give us 1/2 or ng palabas po. Yan. Plus potential energy ng GH. Then, internal energy, flow work, yung work, at saka yung energy losses po natin. So, that's how you obtain pag po pinapahanap dyan, malin dyan sa parameters na using energy balance equation po. Okay? So, there are things that you have to take note kapag po tayo ay energy balance. Okay? So, there are what we call the direction of energy po. Okay, so ibig sabihin dapat alam po natin to, no? Work done on the system at work done by the system at saka heat added on the system at saka heat rejected by the system. Ano po? Kapag on, ang sign convention nyo po ay plus and then kapag by naman ay system. Ibig sabihin itong work done on the system ay papasok, ano, so for example, meron ditong work done by the system, ano, papasok. Yan. This is work done by the system. Ibig sabihin po kung meron pong work done by the system, or sorry, work done on the system, di-add po natin siya dito. Ano? So add pa tayo dito ng work. Yan. Po. And then yung work done by the system, ito naman po yun. Okay? So palabas po siya. Ano? Heat is added on the system. Siyempre, nagdagdag po. Which is ito. Okay? Yan. For example, ito po. And then kapag yun naman pong aalis, let's say may isa pa tayo ditong heat. Ano po, yan. That is heat rejected naman po. Okay? So, we can consider that po. Yan. Okay po. No. So, yan po yung mga direction of energy. Kapag po nakita natin work done on the system, siyempre positive po yung pag by, edi negative po. Ano po? So, sir, paano po pag nagsusulat na po ng energy equation, bakit po yung dito, yung mga palabas, ay positive? Since this is po a summation, kapag nag-energy balance tayo, and we're using this equation po, lahat mo na po yan ay i-add nyo. Since yan naman po ay summation. So, ibig sabihin, lahat po yan ay i-add nyo. Okay? But there are instances po sa problem, pinapahanap si heat, okay, at saka si work. Okay? Minsan po, pinapahanap po yung dalawang yan. There are instances na, sir, paano po malalaman namin yun? Saan po namin siya isasama kapag nag-energy balance? Doon po ba sa papasok or doon po ba sa palabas? Okay? So in that case po, doon pumapasok na pwede tayong mag-assume. Okay? Pwede po tayo mag-assume. Ano po ibig sabihin nun? Pag may pinapahanap sa ating heat, hindi natin alam kung papasok siya or palabas. Pwede mag-assume na pwede natin siyang isama sa papasok. Pwede rin po natin i-assume na palabas. Okay? So for example, okay, pinapahanap sa atin si heat. Okay? May given tayong kinetic, meron tayong given na kinetic energy, meron din tayong potential energy na papasok. Sabi natin, inassume natin, okay, baka yung heat is papasok. Okay, hindi natin alam kung siya ba heat added or heat rejected. Okay, pero inassume natin na siya ay papasok kasi walang sinabi o hindi rin natin alam. So, meron din niya lalabas na kinetic energy at saka potential energy po. Ano po? Yan. So, if ever man po, ay yung lumabas natin na sagot ng heat po ay positive, let's say positive 1, 2, 3 kilojoule. Yan, kilojoule. Ibig sabihin po, yung assumption natin is correct. Okay po? Yung assumption natin is correct. Okay? Tandaan po yan. Kapag naman po, okay, kapag naman po ang lumabas sa atin ay negative po ang value ng heat, okay, assuming na yun po ay heat added, ibig sabihin po, the assumption is incorrect po. The assumption lang is incorrect. Pero dapat po, ang value po niyan, yung numerical value niyan ay iisa. Okay? Which shows po na yung sabi nga dyan, if there is a negative value of an energy, it simply suggests that the presumed orientation of the specific energy is incorrect. Okay? At the beginning presumption. Yung una nating assumption na yung daw pong heat is added or papasok siya, ibig sabihin, mali lang yung assumption natin. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pwede lang po nating i-reverse yon yung energy's direction. Okay? Which can illustrate the accurate flow of energy po. Okay? Ano po? So, ibig sabihin, in that case po, okay? So, yung heat po yun, ay tama yung assumption natin kapag positive po yung sagot niya at kapag negative naman po, okay? Again, doesn't mean mali po yun, mali lang yung ating assumption ng direction or orientation ng energy. Naintindihan po, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo sa problem kapag mali yung ating assumption. Okay po tayo doon? Alright. Can we proceed to the next topic? Alright. Ito naman sa energy transfer by heat. Okay? Dito naman, again, energy can cross boundary of a closed system. Tanda po, na sa closed system, pwede nga pong mag-cross na boundary ang energy. Again, in form of heat and work po. Okay? Yan. So, there are two types of need to consider when it comes to heat. So, we have here the sensible at latent heat. Okay? Or latent heat. Okay? So, sensible heat po is the heat that causes an object to change its temperature. So, basahin lang po natin itong mga definition. And then, itong latent heat naman po is the heat corresponds to the heat added or rejected to an object in order for it to change state. From solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and many more change states po. Okay, And then heat po is by definition is defined as the form of energy that is transferred between two systems po. Okay? So, syempre po dito sa heat, there is a presence of heat transfer po. Okay? So, heat is energy in transition. Therefore, it simply means there is heat transfer po. Okay, So, ito mas remember or must take note na a process during which there is no heat transfer po, it is what we call adiabatic process. Okay, tatandaan, a process during which there is no heat transfer, we call it adiabatic process po. Okay? And tatandaan po yan. Yan. And heat is transferred po by three mechanisms: conduction, convection, radiation. I think this one naman po, these terms are not very new to you. So ito po yung mga definition niya. Conduction is the transfer of energy from more energetic particles of a substance to the adjacent less energetic. Okay? Convection naman po is the transfer of energy between a solid surface and the adjacent fluid that is in motion. And then lastly, we have here radiation, which is the transfer of energy due to the emission of electromagnetic waves po. Okay? Yan. So we have here the heat balance po. So we have the mass balance, we have the energy balance, and then lastly, we have the heat balance po. Okay? So sa heat balance, same lang po. Summation ng lahat ng pumapasok na heat, okay, is equal sa lahat ng summation ng lumalabas. Okay? Yan. Okay? Again, ang equation po na gagamitin natin for heat is the MC delta T. Okay? Mass times the specific heat times the temperature difference po. Okay? So ibig sabihin kapag madami yan, more than 1 yung heat, edi ibig summation lang po ng MC delta T na na-gain, okay? Or pumasok, at saka yung lumabas. Loss. Okay po, yun lang naman po yung sa heat balance. Okay tayo doon? Alright. So, let's proceed na dito sa energy analysis ng steady flow system. Upon learning the mass balance, energy balance, at saka itong heat balance, and let us proceed na dito sa energy analysis of steady flow system. This one, pagsasama-samahin na natin yun. Okay? So, equipments like turbines, compressors, nozzles, yan ay considered po as steady flow devices. Ibig sabihin, meron nga po diyang inlet at saka merong outlet. Okay, kung saan pumapasok yung mga masses, energy, at saka lumalabas. Merong exit ng energy at saka masses po. Okay, So, yan. So, during a steady flow process nga po, the total energy content of volume remains constant. So, in short lang naman po, ang gusto sabihin dyan is yung rate of net energy, ito po, rate of energy, okay? Yung pinaka-energy balance na po natin is ito. Yan. Lahat po again ng energy na pumapasok in form of heat, work, and mass. And summation. Okay? Yan. Summation po. Yan. Ay equal po sa lahat ng energy in form of heat, work, and mass na lumalabas. Okay? And ang unit na po niyan ay kilowatts. Ibig sabihin, naka-per unit of time na po tayo. Okay? Naka-unit of time. Kilojoule. Yan. Okay po? Yan. So, dito na natin ma-apply yung first law of thermodynamics sa steady flow process. Whereas, yung pumapasok, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be formed from one form to another. So, from this control volume or open system, okay, noting that energy can be transferred by heat and work and mass only, yung pinaka-energy balance na po, or for a general steady flow system, can be written like this po. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yung mga papasok, edi yung papasok na heat, okay, yung papasok na work. Okay? And then, yung mga forms of energy na may mga masses. Okay? So, which is kinetic energy, enthalpy, at saka potential energy. Kaya po, nakasulat ng ganun. Yung summation ng mass theta. Okay? Ano? Equal sa lumabas na heat. Okay? And then, lumabas na work at saka lumabas na summation ng mga masses ng forms of, yung mga forms of energy na may presence of mass. Okay? So, ayan. So, pag pinahaba nyo po siya, since given po tayo ng iba't ibang parameters, so pwede mo natin siyang i-write as this one po. Okay? Ito naman po, equal lang din dito. Okay? Yun nga po, sabi dito, itong H na to is enthalpy. That is specific enthalpy kasi. And then, we have here the kinetic energy. 1/2 v squared, ibig sabihin po, they're all in kinetic, in specific energy. And then, yung pong Z na yon, it's equal also to height. Okay, so wag mali dito. And then, same thing po sa lalabas. Okay, so since the energy of fluid per unit mass, yun po, kaya po siya ay nakaganyan kasi per unit of mass po siya. Okay, so tatandaan, ang characteristic nga po ng isang steady flow system, we have here 5, pero tandaan nyo that mass flow rate remains constant with the system. Kaya po ito yung nakalabas na yung mass flow rate. Kasi isa lang naman po ang nagiging mass flow rate. Ano? So, ayan. Do you have question po? Question po? Before we proceed dito sa example problem. How about the others po? Okay po. So let us proceed dito sa example problem. Okay, sa example problem number 1. Sino ba to? Ken Richwell, can you read the problem po?
Problem 1. A chilled water of 15 kilograms per second enters the system for air conditioning a tall building with a velocity of 60 meter per second at a height of 40 meter from the ground. The water leaves the system with a velocity of 20 meter per second at a height of 70 meter. The enthalpies of water entering and leaving out are 30 kilojoules per kilograms and 50 kilojoules per kilogram, respectively. The rate of work done by a pump in the line is 40 kilowatts. Find out the rate at which heat is removed from the building.
Alright, thank you so much, Ken. So again, first thing first is you write down the given at saka po yung pinapahanap sa atin. Okay? This one kasi actually is with the, ano man tamang term? With the application of air conditioning system. Okay? Kaya po meron din nakalagay na yung QR from the building. So, but first, meron po tayong given na mass flow rate which is 15 kg per second. And then, work ng pump na 40 kilowatts. And then we have here, mas maganda po talaga pag when we're solving problems related to conservation of energy and masses, pag hiwalay nyo po yung mga papasok at saka lalabas para mas madali kayong makapag-analyze ng problem. But again, nasa inyo naman po yun. So, yung mga papasok na parameters, we have there the velocity, the density, at saka, since that is, wag malilito ha, yung Z po ay height po yun. And then yung H1 dyan is enthalpy po yan. Okay? Kasi naka per mass unit basis, that is a specific enthalpy po. Okay? So, that will give us kilojoule per kilogram. Okay? So, meron din po tayong palabas na velocity, height, at saka enthalpy po. Okay? So, kumbaga parang application nitong equation na ito po. So, sabi dyan, ang pinapahanap po sa atin is yung heat removed from the building. Since this is an application po ng aircon, pag yun nga po kasing heat removed from the building, yun po kasi naman is heat added naman sa air conditioning. Anyway, yun naman po yung other discussion na. Okay? Pero, let's say po, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, pwede tayo mag-assume. Okay? Sabi dyan kasi yung QR is also heat. Yung heat removed na yon ay equal lang din sa heat added sa air conditioning system. Ibig sabihin yung pinapahanap sa ating heat ay papasok. Tama po ba yon? Di po ba? So ibig sabihin, sir, paano po yon? Hindi po namin alam yung konsepto ng air conditioning. So let's say, alam lang natin na ang pinapahanap sa atin ay heat remove. Okay. So parang technically, pag heat remove, palabas po siya. Di po ba? Tama po ba? Ano, heat remove. O so, syempre, palabas siya. Okay? So, parang tendency, sir, paano po yun pag inassume namin na siya po ay palabas? Kasi hindi po naman namin alam ang concept ng air conditioning. Okay? So, again, pwede nyo pong gawin yun. Pwede nyo pong i-assume, okay, na siya po ay heat remove. Let's say, for example, hindi natin alam na yung heat remove dito is equal sa heat added. Pwede po ba natin gawin yon? Yun po yung gagawin natin. Papakita ko sa inyo. Okay? Sir, o sige, let's try that na hindi natin alam na ito ay heat added din, yung pinapahanap sa atin. Okay? So, let's try isolve po siya. Ano, solution. So, pasensya na agad sa handwriting at for sure ito pa. Solution. Yan. Yan, solution. Okay? So, syempre, using the energy balance equation, okay? Using the energy balance equation po, we have here summation, or let's say, ayan, summation na lang. Ay, hindi, sulat ko na to. Summation, okay? Summation po lahat ng energy na pumapasok is equal sa summation po ng lahat ng lumalabas. Tama po ba? Yun ang ating energy balance equation? Okay. Ano? So, alin ba yung mga pumapasok dyan? Siyempre, obviously, itong tatlo. Okay? Ano, i-compare natin dito. Ano? So, lahat ng pumapasok, we have here velocity. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong kinetic energy. Tama po ba? So, kinetic energy. No. And then, meron tayong height. That is potential energy. Tama po ba yon? Yes po. Yes, Miss Landicho. Napindot lang. Or my question. Okay, sige. No. And then, meron po tayong enthalpy. Okay? Ano, enthalpy. Yan. Papasok. And then, tandaan nyo muna na work, kasi nakalagay yun, work done by, supposed to be that is living. Ano? But there are instances kasi po na may mga, meron po dito sa thermodynamics na syempre kailangan mas in-depth pa yung learning natin. Ano? Pero share ko lang sa inyo, pag sinabing work done by a pump at saka work done by a compressor, usually po talaga is ipapasok ng system. Okay? Kasi hindi naman po yun yung mismong system na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Okay? Ano, hindi po yung pump. So, ibig sabihin po, yung work na pump po yan, ay papasok din po yan. Ano? Hindi yan inassume sa Japong, papasok yung work ng pump na yan, kahit yung work done by. Okay? Ano, so, tandaan nyo na lang muna yun for now. Okay? Na yung work done by pump, or yan, kung yan ay compressor, okay po, that is energy entering. Okay? Yan. And then, diba dito sa ating libro, okay, yung hinahanap natin yung heat ay papasok. Alam kasi sinabi dyan. Okay? Pero let's say hindi nga natin alam na yung QR is also heat added. Ano, i-assume natin na yung QR is palabas. Okay? Okay lang po ba 'yon? Okay. Ano, so assume natin since meron din diyang kinetic energy na palabas kasi merong velocity, meron ding height, so meron ding palabas na na potential energy, at saka may enthalpy na palabas din. Okay? Ano? And then, inassume natin na yung heat ay palabas. Ano? Yung hinahanap nating heat. Again, ang pinapahanap sa atin dito ay heat. Ano? So, ayusin natin yung equation since ito yung pinapahanap. So, ililipat natin tong tatlo dito sa kabila. So, that will give us kinetic energy. Ayan. Kinetic energy 1 minus kinetic energy 2. Ayan. Yan. Plus, potential energy. Tama po ba? Potential energy 1 minus potential energy 2. plus enthalpy 1 minus enthalpy 2. Plus yung pong work ng pump. Yan. Okay po. So, naayos na natin. Na-rearrange na natin yung equation. Okay? And then, ayan. So, from there, pwede na nating ilagay yung mga equations. Yan. Pwede nating sabihin na kinetic energy, this is in, again, we're computing for a steady flow system. Ibig sabihin, that is, mass flow rate is constant. Ibig sabihin, pwede natin ilabas, mass flow rate, since we're also given a mass flow rate here. So that will give us pwede natin i-simplify as V squared ng 1 minus V squared ng 2 all over 2. Ano po, same thing lang po yan sa 1/2 mv squared. Ano po? Naintindihan po yon? Ha? O, same lang po yan ha, same lang. Inano lang ni sir, sinimplify lang. Hindi naman sinimplify. Kumbaga, ano ba tama term? Simplify na lang. No? And then we have here, since constant naman po dyan ng mass, flow rate, at saka yung gravity, ilabas na po natin yung mg, will give us H2 minus H1. Okay? And then sa enthalpy po, para ma-form natin ng isang unit, so multiply din natin ng mass flow rate, yung enthalpy 1, at saka yung enthalpy 2. Plus the work ng pump. Okay po. Yan. So, i-designate natin to na isa-isahin natin. Ito magiging 1 natin. Ito 1. Para madali lang natin. So, 2, 3, 3. And then, lagyan na rin natin to kahit given to. Eh, start tayo sa 1. Isa-isahin natin i-solve. Ready ang inyong calculator? Okay. So, first one is yung kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to mass flow rate na 15 kilogram per second times ano ba yung velocity 1, which is 60 raised to 2 minus 22 all over 2. Labas na lang natin yung unit, m squared over second squared. So obviously, dito, wala tayong mafo-form na unit ng specific energy. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo dito, gumagamit tayo ng unity conversion ratio. Okay? So for this case, magdi-divide tayo ng unity conversion ratios. So gagamit tayo ng unity conversion ratio. So we have there, so alin yung gagamitin nating unity conversion ratio kaya? Ano yung mga tanda pa nating unity conversion ratio? Movie. Alin yung gagamitin nating unity conversion ratio? Recall nga natin, recall. Alin nga po yung unity conversion ratios natin? Wait lang po. So, that could be, yung 1 kilogram kilogram meter per Newton second squared. Nare-recall pa po yan? Okay, So, in that case, pwede nating i-cancel si kilogram, si meter per second. So, ibig sabihin, may matitira ditong meter. And then, ang natira na lang po is Newton meter second, which will give us a unit of Newton meter per second. Okay, which is equal to joule per second, which is equal to watts po. Okay, Yan. Wait lang. Tapos, edi meron na tayong atin mo nang i-multiply. That was, please, calculate po. Para it will give us 24,000. 24,000 watts. Kindly confirm. Yeah, exactly. 24,000 watts. Then for second naman, we have here for potential energy. Okay? For potential energy, we have here mg times height 2 minus height 1. Alright, tapos for potential energy naman, okay? For potential energy, okay? Yan. We have here mg times height, okay? So, we have here again mass flow rate na 15 kilogram per second. Okay? Since this is in SI unit, gagamitin po natin is 9.81 meter per second squared. And then we also have here yung height 1 at saka height 2, which is 40 minus 70, 40 minus 70 meter. So dito din po, same case, wala po tayong makukuhang ma-obtain na, ma-obtain na unit po ng specific potential energy. In that case po, didividean din natin ng unity conversion ratio na 1 kilogram meter per Newton second squared. Okay po. So in that case, pwede natin ito i-cancel. Yung meter per second squared, pwede natin i-cancel. Matitira na lang dyan, same thing, Newton meter per second or Joule per second are equal to watts. Which is equal to, ano po makukuha natin potential energy dyan? Parang negative 4414.5 watts po ba? Tama po ba? Tama po. Okay. Good. Tapos, last, second to the last is we have yung enthalpy, which is equal to, mass flow rate, 15 kilogram per second. Yan. Kilogram per second. 15 yan na guys, sorry. And then, enthalpy 1, the 30 minus 50 kilojoule per kilogram. Yan. Kilojoule per kilogram. So, canceling out itong kilogram at saka itong kilogram, that will give us kilojoule per second. Kindly multiply nga po. This one is negative 300. Tama po ba? 15 times 20. Tama ba? Negative 20 rather. That will give us negative 300 kilojoule per second. That is kilowatts po. Okay? Tama po ba? 300 nga. Okay. And then, yung given naman po natin dito, yung fourth po ay work ng pump, 40 kilowatts. Okay, so meron naman po tayong 40 kilowatts dyan, 40 kilowatts. Yan. So, ibig sabihin po, we obtain all the forms of energy. Okay, inisa-isa lang natin, pero kayong bahala dyan. Kung gusto nyo dire-diretso, walang problema sa akin. Pero yan, para lang careful, alam kung tama yung ginagawa ko, inisa-isa ko. Okay? Pero doon din naman lalabas po yan. Wala pong problema yan. Okay? So we have here 24,000 watts. Meron ditong negative 4,414.5 watts. And then we have here negative 300 kilowatts. And then lastly, we have here 40 kilowatts. So up to you, kung gusto mo siyang lahat ay i-convert mo na into. Syempre, hindi nyo po yun basta pwede i-add lahat kasi magkakaiba pa sila ng unit. May naka-watts lang, may naka-kilowatts po. So up to you kung gusto mong gawin siyang lahat ay watts muna, or pwede mo pong lahat siya gawing kilowatts. So in my case po, ganyan, para safe lang, ginagawa ko muna sila lahat na watts. Kasi yun yung for me, easier. So for example, ang heat po ay equal to 24,000. Ito, isulat ko na lang para mas madali. Yan. 24,000 watts plus meron tayo ditong so minus na natin kasi 4,414.5 watts. Ito, ginagawa ko, minus ulit yan kasi negative 300. Ginagawa ko dyan, 300 times 10, sinascientific notation ko na lang, times 3 watts. Tama po ba yon? Okay? Plus, since ito ay positive, kilowatts, ginagawa ko na po scientific notation, and let's see, watts. Ano po? Which will give us a parang pa-add po, parang kung ako nagkakamay, 240,000 for 14.5 watts. Wait, lakahan natin. Yan. Tama po ba? Yan nga ba? Pag in terms of watts. Yan. Or kapag ginawa po natin siyang kilowatts, that will give us 240. Sorry. This is negative. Yeah, negative po yan kasi 24 minus negative po ang kalalabasan yan. Which will give us kapag kilowatts po ay 240.4 or 14.5 rather, hindi 4 kilowatts. Ayan po. Okay? So, that's how you solve a mass and conservation related problems. Okay? So, as you can see, negative po yung lumabas na sagot dyan. Can you confirm nga kung negative po? Okay. So there, pinakita ko lang sa inyo kapag po nagkamali yung assumption nyo. Pero still, as you can see, same lang po yung naging sagot po sa positive sign po ang consign convention. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, dun po sinasabi na okay, nagkamali lang pala yung assumption ko. Okay? So ibig sabihin yung heat pala na dito ay papasok. Okay? So mali lang yung assumption mo ng heat remove, pero still you will obtain the same answer po, numerical answer. Naintindihan po 'yon. O baka may tanong kayo sa problem. Oh yes, Mr. Gerald.
Itatanong ko lang po, since negative nga po yung naging sagot, bali ang magiging final answer po ay dapat in positive po, tapos i-state po na papasok po yung tama po.
Yes, exactly. Yan po yung gagawin ninyo. Explain nyo na negative lang yung unang lumabas mo, pero isasabihin mo pa rin na siya po ay work done, heat added po. So the assumption is incorrect lang, pero still, yung tama naman yung process mo. Mali lang yung assumption mo. Therefore, the answer is positive 240.414 kilowatts po. So, ganun lang naman po yan. Ang magiging answer nyo po pa rin po dyan is positive dapat. Okay po? Alright. So, baka may iba pang question. Sir, sorry po. Pwede po matanong, saan po okay. Sige. Si 40 kilowatts po nanggaling given po. Given po siya. And po, ito po. Sorry. The rate of the work done by a pump in the line is 40 kilowatts po. Ayun po, okay na po yan. How about the others? Baka nalilito din. Given po yung 40 kilowatts. That is the work done by a pump. Question po, baka may tanong pa. Alright. So wala na tayong tanong. Para I can give you my reminders po about sa exam. Wala na po. Press 1 kung okay na. Okay. So for your assignment, for your review purposes, you re-evaluate problem number 2 at saka problem number 3. Again, Google Space po natin is open for questioning. So tingnan nyo dito, pansin nyo, gumamit ulit ng K dito. So ibig sabihin pag kinetic energy yan at saka potential energy, yan ay usually ay dinidivide ng unity conversion ratio. Okay? Alright. So Yes, Mr. Gerald.
Ika-clarify ko lang po, sir, about po dun sa kay conversions. Bali, siya, ano pong gagamitin namin, yun pong inyo pong sinulat na 32.174 and 9.8066 po, or yung pong 9.81 and 32 point, yun, sa example po.
Okay, thank you. Yung pong rounded off na po, yung 32.2 at saka 9.81 at saka 981.
Ayun,
Alright.
okay po. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, question pa? Baka may question? Alright, so midterm exam. By the way, guys, thank you for attending our class today. Sure ba wala kayong exam today? Wala namang exam? Wala naman. Okay, so at least I know you will be studying again. I apologize kung I have to make up class during midterms exam. Hindi lang talaga po ako comfortable na hindi ko kayo mamimit kasi for sure madami kayong tanong, ang haba nung hindi natin na-discuss. Okay? Kahit meron po akong provided na pre-recorded video, still malaking bagay po na na-meet ko kayo, lalo na for reminders. Okay? For your midterm exam, po, meron po siyang 3 parts. Honestly po, syempre, lahat naman po ng subject madali yan as long as you study. Okay? So, I made sure na madali lang po yung exam. Okay? In what way, sir? Syempre, ikaw po ang gumawa. Madali talaga yan. Pero, our midterm exam has 3 parts. Okay? Test 1 po is multiple choice. Di po ba? Madali na po ang multiple choice. The multiple choice, okay po, syempre, it's about terms po. Yung mga terms po na nakasalamuhan natin ng chapter 1. And of course, yung, bakit nag-thumbs down si Kelly. So chapter 2 po natin, syempre lahat po ng mga terms, of course, ay inyong aaralin. Okay? Again, doon sa pressure, babasahin pa rin yung mga terms na nandun. Okay po? So, for that, reviewin din yung inyong quiz number 1. Hindi ko alam kung napabalik ba ang quiz number 1 nyo? Okay. So, that's good. So, reviewin po. Ayon. Okay po? Nagkakaintindihan tayo yung mga terms doon. And then, second, meron tayong essay. Okay? Sa essay po ninyo, kita nyo po ba yung pinost kong mga question sa inyong Google Classroom? Diba? Meron po dong questions na lalabas sa ating exam. So, up to you na lang kung gusto nyo siyang gawin or not. Pero, diba, imagine nyo, bonus na. Okay? So, para pag nag-exam tayo, hindi na sobrang, ano daw yun? Ano nga tong tanong na to? At least prepared na kayo. It's up to you na lang if you want to do a research about those questions po. Okay? So, kung hindi nyo sinagutan yun, edi you'll be having a hard time talaga with solving or with answering the essay. Okay po? So, again, hindi po yun kailangang i-submit. Hindi po kailangang i-submit yung mga questions na yun. It's a personal assignment po. So, yan. Okay po tayo doon? Okay. For problem solving. Ang problem solving nyo, honestly, ay, syempre, may mga bago dong problems. Syempre naman, gusto ko naman kayo ay makapag-isip-isip ng kaunti. Syempre, pag sa problem solving po, the first thing first na you need to learn is syempre kung paano yung mag-unit analysis. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, you browse po yung mga table. Ano bang unit ng ganito? Anong unit ng energy? Anong unit ng velocity? Anong unit ng mass flow rate? Kasi po, honestly, madali lang po yung mga problem solving. Kaso, pag hindi ka marunong mag-convert, secret. Okay, secret na natin kung ilan po yung problems. Okay? But it can be answerable within 2 hours po. I think kaya nyo siyang isolve within 1.5 hours. Okay? Kasi madali lang naman yung multiple choice at saka yung essay. Okay? So, again, kapag hindi po kayo marunong mag-conversion of units, okay, dapat isauluhin ninyo. Actually, magchat-chat pa ako ngayon kung alin yung mga conversion of units na sauluhin ninyo, yung mga relevant lang, para alam nyo kung saan lang kayo kasi engineers kasi yung iba pong problems ay kinuha ko lang from module. Kaya kung hindi po kayo nakikinig, hindi ko po alam kung paano nyo masasagutan yun. Pero mga modules, yung pong ibang problems, okay, hindi po lahat, ay galing po sa module natin. Okay? Galing po sa module natin. Okay? So yung mga problems na sabi ko sa inyo, i-re-evaluate ninyo. Okay? Yung mga problems na baka sinasampol ko ay lumabas. So, i-reviewin po lahat po ng problems na galing sa inyong module. Okay po? Siyempre, from chapters 1 to 2. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, kapag may hindi kayo maintindihan kung paano pagsosolve, okay, let me know lang. Okay? And then, ano pa ba? Mga problems. Again, wag na kayong problema din sa manometer problems. Hindi ko po yun isinama talaga sa exam ng IE. Okay? Wala pong kasama doon. And then, ano pa ba? IE, manometer, problems. Wait lang, stop ko nga presentation. Titingnan ko lang yung exam para. Ay, hindi. Meron pala akong top. IE. Siyempre, iba kasi exam nyo. Dun sa mga iba kong handle kasi, iba naman yung level of difficulty na dapat meron sila. Okay? Industrial. Ito. Ito ay... okay. So, madali naman ito. So, yun. Dapat may mga bago dito na, hindi, bagong problems na dapat po syempre, ito yung mga very basic na dapat alam nyo ang mga, kung nagsasagot kayo ng mga assessment, okay? Nagsasagot kayo ng assessment, nagsasagot kayo ng problem set. Yan. It's not super the same problem, pero I wouldn't say na process is same, pero dapat yung mga basic na mga formulas alam ninyo. Okay? And hindi na natin i-specify. Pero syempre, lahat naman ng mga diniscuss lang natin, yun lang yung lalabas sa exam nyo. Okay? Ano pa ba to? So, yan. More on conversion of units po. So, dapat marunong kayo mag-convert from SI to English. Yan. At least para nagkakaroon kayo ng idea. Okay? And then, ayan, ito ay, yun din, same lang din naman, dapat marunong ka mag-unit analysis or mag-convert ng units. Ayan. And then the rest ay, yan, from the module. Yun lang po. Do you have question with regards to our exam po na baka po may gusto kayo i-clarify? So again, wala naman pong, alam niyo po, wala namang, I would say, sobrang daling exam. Pero, okay, pero when you prepare, okay, alam po niyo sa sarili niyo kapag nag-prepare kayo ng enough prep, you did enough preparation, makakapagsagot po talaga kayo. So, mag-practice yung mga problems na nasa libro. Kung kayo po ay nagsagot ng assessment, masasagutan nyo din po ito. Okay? Again, pero do not expect na sobrang same ng problem ha. Yung sa module, of course, same yun. Okay? Pero yung other problems po is just an application of everything that I have taught to you. Okay po? Ano po? Do you have question with regards to our exam? Sige na, magtanong na kayo. Siyempre, wag lang yung tanong kung ano yung tanong sa problems. Wala. So, ayun, unfortunately, yes, Miss Sarah.
Sir, kung pwede daw pong malaman kung ilan yung problem sa problem solving po.
Hindi na. That is surprise na. Baka kasi masyado niyong ilimit ang sarili ninyo. When we say na ilan yung problem, okay, ganito lang pala. So, hindi natin kailangan. Wag, no. Baka malimit nyo kasi ang sarili nyo na, okay, baka ito lang yung lumabas. No po. Okay, mas magandang kayo ay well prepared. Huwag nyo sasabihin, baka hindi ito lumabas ha. That's a very bad attitude. Okay? Kapag sa mga problem solving, baka hindi ito lumabas. You'll never know. Okay? So, kung kayo gusto nyo mag-search mga problem sa internet, sige lang. Okay? Baka, I don't know kung nasa internet ba ito mga problems na to. Okay? Be resourceful. Maganda kayo ng mga problems. Try ko nga itong isolve. Okay? Yun po ang correct attitude. Huwag nyong, baka kasi po pag sinabi ko sa inyo, maglilimit lang kayo sa sarili nyo. Okay, so wag na. Rather not. Kasi hindi ko naman din sinabi sa lahat. Okay? Ayun. Pasensya na. Hindi ko sasabihin kung ilang numbers. But again, this is answerable kasi kaya ng 1.5 hours. Okay? So, ayun nga lang, unfortunately, na-raise naman po sa amin na mga thermodynamics instructors na patatlo nyo po palang subject ang thermodynamics sa araw na yon, sa October 16, right? Unfortunately po, sinabi na po namin yan kay Ma'am RM. Wala, ang sabi niya lang po sa amin ay hindi na po siya magagawa ng paraan. Ang sagot na lang niya is may vacant naman daw po kayo. Sabi ko, Kaso still po, 3 yung subject. Hindi ko po alam. Tapos gusto nila kayo makapasa. Gusto rin naman namin kayong makapasa. Hindi ko po alam. Basta, yun po ay, baka po kasi sabihin ninyo ay hindi namin ginawa ng paraan. Honestly, ilang beses po akong lumapit. Paano po pwedeng gawaan? Sabi ko, gusto ko po sila makapasa. Kailangan po nila ng enough na preparation for this. Paano po yun? Ewan, sabi lang, may vacant naman daw po sila. I was like, siya, kayo po ang bahala. Okay? But, ako na may naniniwala sa inyo. Okay? I do believe na kaya ko nga kayo binigyan ng enough na reminders, alin yung mga dapat aaralin, alin yung mga dapat i-resolve para maging prepared kayo. Okay? Siyempre, hindi naman siya agad madaling maintindihan po. Okay? Hindi nyo, baka for sure yung iba hindi agad nagigets sa akin, hindi agad nagigets sa iba. So, of course, effort na rin po natin na okay, paano ba ito isolve? Try mong mag-search. Bigyan mo ng 1 oras, ng 2 oras kasi hindi lang naman ako yung subject nyo. Try. Tapos meron naman kayong mga classmates na marunong. You approach your classmate na marunong. Or again, meron naman tayong GC, sir, paano ga po ito? Paano po ito nangyari? Ganun. And then I-explain ni sir sa inyo. Okay? Ayun. So, pasensya na kayo, hindi natin, actually ngayon, nag-iisip pa rin ako ng paraan kasi October 16 na siya. So, in 3 days na lang, exam nyo na sa term mo and dun sa other nyong subjects, which is naintindihan ko naman yun yung mga major subjects nyo. So, syempre, kailangan din talaga equally balance yung pag-aaral ninyo. Aralin nyo yun, aralin nyo dito. Pero wag na wag yung, ang bukas ng term mo sa isang araw, the day before ko aaralin. Wag po ma-overload ang utak nyo. Mag 2 problems, 3 problems per day kayo. Okay, ayan, sorry, na-overtime na tayo. Okay, so, yan, at a time. Kung yun ay 3 subject, ang i-exam nyo sa isang araw, dapat 3 subject din yung inaaral mo. Let's say today. Ganun po yun. Okay? Kasi yun yung mga board exam, board exam things. Okay? Exam mo, hindi lang iisa. Okay? 3 yun. So, 3 beses ka din mag-aaral ng iba't ibang subject sa isang araw. So, ayun na. Binibigyan ko lang kayo ng tips. Kasi, ang dami overload. Ganun talaga. Siyempre, mag-e-exam kayo, i-assess kayo. So, I know, I believe in you guys. Basta mag-aral lang. Sabi ko nga, kaya niyong ipasa yan, samahan ng aral at dasal. Okay? Alam kong kakayanin niyo yan, basta kayo ay magsipag lang. Okay? Magsipag lang. Kaya niyo yan, mag-search, magtanong sa kaklase, mag-approach sa instructor kung kailangan ng mga hindi naiintindihan. And then you can do it. Alright? Okay. Do you have questions? Yes, Mr. Ken.
Kung given kaya po yung mga conversions or memorize ko talaga dapat?
Since ibibigay ko na sa inyo, kasi sabi ko nga, given na kasi yung mga problems, okay? Ibig sabihin, bonus na sa tunay. Bonus na yung mga problems. So, syempre, sasabihin ko sa inyo, mag-message ako later tonight or later today about kung alin yung mga conversion of units na kailangan nyo sa Olhen. Okay? Kasi honestly, doon sa exam po, wala po. Okay? Pero kakausapin ko muna si Ma'am Mercy at saka si Sir Von kasi departmentalized po yung exam namin. Iisa lang po yung exam namin from 1 to 2 po. Okay? 1 to 2, sorry. 1 to 8. Sections IE 1 to 8 po. So, I'll let you know kung alin po. But again, still, nasabi ko na sa inyo kung alin yung mga dapat yung basahin, aralin. Ayan po. So kung kayo nagsosolve ng mga assessment na yan, at saka yes. Yan. Okay tayo doon? Okay. So again guys, I believe in you. You can do it. Okay. I know you will pass all your subjects in this midterm exam. I-manifest nyo yan. Okay. Manifestation works. Basta, syempre, okay, manifestation works. Syempre with all your efforts. Okay. Take time to study,